Talking fame, love, weight loss and the future, I'm delighted to welcome James Argent to GB News. Hi, James.
How you doing, mate? Nice to see you.
First of all, you look incredible.
Thank you. I feel much better.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
How did you do it?
Well, I've been struggling. Well, I always kind of struggled with my weight throughout my whole life, really, like going up and down, yo-yo dieting. Like I could spend half the year being in relatively good shape. The other half of the year I could be morbidly obese. I just struggled to maintain a healthy weight and lifestyle ever since I was a kid, really. And then during lockdown, it got the worst it ever become, and I went up to like 27 stone. And it was at that point where I kind of knew I couldn't do it alone, and I needed once and for all to get help and look for a permanent solution. So I got a gastric sleeve. Which is
amazing, and it's been a colossal success. How did it impact your life when you got that big? What were the day-to-day issues that you faced?
I couldn't tie my own shoelaces.
Really?
No. Obviously, I was extremely kind of depressed, unhappy. I had no confidence. I wouldn't even want to leave the house until it was dark sometimes. And just very, very low, just always tired, lethargic, and just had no real... just wasn't happy, really.
You've always been a babe. You know, you're an amazingly good-looking guy, and you love fashion, you love clothes, right? You are clothes.
I'm getting into it now.
And I guess that was something you couldn't indulge in when you were big, you know, to think about fashion and think about your appearance.
Yeah, now I do feel confident, and I feel like I'm at a healthy weight, the weight I want to be at, and I can wear what I want to wear and express myself in the way I want to. Do you know what I mean?
It's been a great success. So, what did the doctor do? I mean, it's an operation, and do they shrink the stomach? Do you mind telling me about
it? I had a gastric sleeve operation, so basically I had 70% of my stomach removed.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I know lots of people that have had the same operation as me, but they haven't. The reason why it's been so successful to me is because I've done literally every single thing by the book and what the nurses and doctors recommended, and I've had to also do a lot of exercise. Like, I haven't just had this operation all of a sudden I'm skinny.
It doesn't work.
I've been going boxing every week, I've been swimming every week, I've been eating healthy, and I've been taking the right nutrients, vitamins. So I've done everything, because the weight that I lost in 8 or 9 months, it was supposed to be over a course of maybe like 1.5 years, 2 years, if I was to be so lucky, and I managed to do it pretty early doors.
Now, I want to get your best side, so if you don't mind swinging slightly to the right there, because my gorgeous director, Tom, wants to see the whole of your china plate, because it's a very fine one. So, look, it worked very well. You had was it one procedure?
Yes, one operation.
Yeah, and you're so right that you've had to put the hours in, and you've been very disciplined, because I've had friends that have had a gastric sleeve or other types of operations of that ilk, and they've gone back to the fast food and the donuts and the Mackie D's, and they might have lost the weight. It all goes back on. So this is very much, it's not just a quick fix solution. It's more something that helped you, like a tool.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if I wanted to, I could eat little and often, but with bad food, and then you don't lose any weight and you gain weight again. But I'm trying to put the right things in my body, because more than anything about the way I feel, like, if I eat rubbish now, I still feel tired and I'm motivated and I need like naps and stuff like that. But if I eat the right foods, then I'm full of energy and I feel...
Well, you can inspire us. Do you think, have you got possibly a diet book in you, do you reckon? A video or something?
I still need to have a good year or so where I maintain a healthy weight, and I really feel like I'm really know the ins and outs. You know what I mean? At the moment, I've lost a huge amount of weight in just over a year, but I want to maintain that, and then maybe you never know.
I don't want to dwell on it, but it is an amazing achievement. I think you must be very, very proud. 14 stone.
Yes.
So that's, I mean, to put it into perspective, I'm 12 stone. So you've lost an entire Mark Dolan.
Plus more.
Plus an extra half a Dolan.
Yeah, you go.
And many people would like to lose a Mark Dolan. Probably Mrs. Dolan. But it's extraordinary, isn't it, to think that's what you've achieved?
It is, and when I look at previous videos and pictures, I kind of think, oh, that wasn't me. Like, surely that's not me. And it's just crazy to It's just crazy to see how big I was.
It is what it is. You're a human being. We have our insecurities, we have our compulsions, and this happened to you. it was, I guess you would have to say you'd frame it as a mental health issue, would you?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like I think you mentioned before, like I've had addiction issues in the past, and I think whether it's drugs, alcohol, binge eating, overeating, all of those things are kind of tied in, and it's kind of maybe acting out because things aren't right inside. You know what I mean?
So do you think that there's the pattern that whether it's cocaine or food or alcohol, that whatever it was a drug that you didn't have a healthy relationship with?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, I've had to do a lot of like work, therapy, treatment, counselling, meetings. Yeah, I've had to do all of those things because no operation can fix what's going on inside your head, inside your heart, and things like that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean,
the cocaine. Was that several years of use, or was it just a short window of time in which you got sucked into that?
It was over on and off for over a period of a few years, yeah.
How did that start? Did someone in the world of showbiz introduce you?
Oh, God knows, I can't remember now.
No, it was a big night. And but what was the hardest thing to overcome? Was it getting onto the right diet, or was it getting off cocaine or booze? Which did you find the hardest thing to give up?
I think all of it ties in with each other, to be honest. Like, my problems weren't specific to, like I said before, my problems weren't specific to whether it was drugs, alcohol, food. It was what was going on mentally.
And you can inspire many watching this show that have you taken the one day at a time approach?
Yeah.
Is that how you do it? What
yeah,
if there are people going through stuff now, I've got so many viewers that are going through a tough time.
I'm in recovery, and I'm still attending regular meetings, attending regular counselling, therapy, and if I still have days where I'm, you still have times where you might not feel as strong, or you might be having a bad day, so you've got to learn how to pick up the phone and stuff like that. And I just feel like I've learned a lot of tough lessons, and I've learned the hard way. So, and I think maybe it comes with age as well. I feel like I'm happy and accepted who I am, and the clean, sober life and the healthy life is one for me.
It's just brilliant. So, what are you allowed, by the way? What food-wise? What's in and what's out? Sugar's out, I would have thought, is it?
No, listen, I just want to have a healthy, balanced diet. I'm not going to turn around and say, there was a little bit of Rocky Road chocolate that was in the kitchen area there. I had a little nibble at it, but it's just just healthy and balanced. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to eat excessively, and I just want to eat the right things. If I want to have a little nibble and a treat, then I can. It's about just being a healthy balance.
Well, I think that's very inspiring. Let's talk about you becoming a big star. 2010. How did you get on that show?
Through my best friend, Mark Wright.
Wow.
I was living in Spain with my ex-girlfriend, Lydia, and I remember seeing adverts of Mark saying, he's going to be on this new show and whatnot. Me and Lydia ended up having a row. I come home from Spain early, and the producers were very keen on Mark having a friend on the show. I met them. They seemed to be fond of me, and then all of a sudden I went from being what was supposed to be Mark's sidekick to a main core character in my own right. So, and the rest is history.
It's incredible, and that was a very innovative and groundbreaking show. Did they call it structured reality or something like that, or was it sort of scripted, sort of real life soap?
Yeah, I think there's a few different terms for it. Dramality, I've heard of all.
It was somewhere between a soap opera like Coronation Street, EastEnders, and then just Big Brother. It was somewhere in between, right?
Yeah, we weren't given scripts. It was all we had to be accountable and responsible for everything we said. There was no scripts. We might have topics to discuss, but we unfortunately, I have to say we were pretty much ourselves.
Well, that's why it was so authentic, and you just saw that clip of it there.
Yeah, I'm very proud of it. We won a BAFTA, and we and it's kind of opened up doors for a lot of us to do what we actually really deep down wanted to be do. Like, I always, before Towie, I remember before I went on it, I always said, I wonder if I always wanted to be a wedding singer, and singing restaurants, bars, weddings. I remember going on there thinking, I wonder if I'll get a few gigs off the back of it, and now I'm finally doing what I've always wanted to do. I'm a full-time wedding singer now.
Which is just brilliant. So how do people book you?
They can email my management, which is on my Instagram page, or DM them on Instagram, DM me, and yeah, we do weddings, birthday parties, corporate events, you name it, we do it. We get the party started, and I'm finally doing something I'm proud of and I enjoy it.
So the Arg goes to big weddings, and you set up a PA, and you've got a band.
Got my own band, drummer, bass guitar, keyboard player, sax, drums, electric guitar. Yeah, we've got the full lot.
And I know the lockdown was obviously bad for business, but are bookings picking up now?
They are now. I did a showcase night recently at Sheesh restaurant, and a lot of my friends come show support, and that kind of went everywhere. And I've had the opportunities. I've sung with the band on TV a few times, everything's just. I think social media helps, doesn't it? Because they get to see footage of the gigs we're doing, and every gig we do, we get the party started, everyone's up dancing, having a great time.
I think it's brilliant. What sort of numbers do you do?
We do the classics. We do a lot of like rock and roll. We do a bit of Motown. I do a little bit of swing, Frank Sinatra and stuff. I try.
So are you more of that sort of swing singer? You know, the Frank Sinatra, the Dean Martin.
I love all that.
Or are you rock and roll? Are you Mick Jagger?
I mean, I'd like to think I could do a bit of both. We do have a little bit of David Bowie and a few Beatles numbers as well, but predominantly I do like the kind of jazz and swing stuff.
Just fantastic. And how do those crowds react, you know, wedding parties and other gigs that you do? How do they react when you walk on stage? You are one of the best-known people in the country.
I just think that as long as, obviously they're probably... I think they're in party mode by the time I come on stage. And luckily, a lot of I've been well received recently at the gigs that I've done. And everyone just... If you want to have a good time, you want to party, we'll deliver some good music.
What kind of fun stage outfits do you go for?
That's a good question, actually. I mean, I've been trying to go for a little bit of combination of Harry Styles, Elvis. that's my inspo at the moment. Yeah, I actually saw the Elvis movie at the cinema recently. I loved it.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to add "Can't Help Falling in Love" into my set.
Sure, yeah, Baz Luhrmann, the director, what a genius he is.
Yes.
That's a great news story. And it made you famous, Towie, didn't it?
Yep.
How did you handle fame?
Not very well, because I went to rehab about 3 or 4 times. Listen, it's just I've never ever take back the experiences I've had. I've had some amazing highs, some bad lows, but I'm finally at a point now where I really truly feel happy and healthy. And
would you change a thing? Would you like now that go back 15 years and Mark Wright says I'm going to be on this TV show, and would you say no or would you say yes?
No, I'd say yes. Yeah, I've definitely had ups and downs, highs and lows, but I've definitely lived quite a crazy, quite a cool life. I've definitely lived. If I was to go tomorrow, I can turn around and say that I've lived for sure.
Yeah, definitely several lifetimes and lots more to come. We've got a mutual friend in Lydia Bright.
Yes.
A beautiful woman.
Absolutely.
And a very, very smart, charming lady. Your ex, and a very good friend of yours still.
Yeah.
You're still on good terms, is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're still close. I actually spoke to her a couple of days ago, so we often check in on each other. I'm very close to her family, her mum and her sisters, her foster brothers and stuff. So, yeah, we're very fortunate that we've got such a great friendship.
And her mum's a great character, of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the real. What do you say, the queen bee?
Oh, Debbie's unbelievable. She's a phenomenal foster carer. She actually threw a barbecue at her house recently, and she had like lots of foster kids, children there, and various foster carers, mums and dads, and I popped in, showed my face, and we had a really lovely afternoon.
And I know, Lydia, because I was on The Jump, Series 3, Channel 4's winter sports show. That terrifying skiing and ski jumping, which you did Series 2?
I did the series before you
terrifying.
Did, yeah. Yes, it was. I think I was the only one who managed to come away unscathed, to be honest.
Yeah, a few broken legs, and I was exactly right. And of course, the skeleton, which is basically, when I explained
that was the worst thing ever.
You basically go down 1 kilometre of polished ice on a tea tray, headfirst, at 75 miles an hour.
The bobsleigh track, yeah.
Not fun.
No, that is absolutely petrifying. It's the worst thing. It's the most scariest, worst thing I've ever done.
You survived it, thank God. Also, another... great love of your life, Gemma Collins. Mm-hmm. Very well reported. Are you in touch, or are we not going to go there? What's the latest with you?
No, I think no, I don't ever have a bad word to say about Gemma, and I definitely class her as a friend. I reached out to her recently when I found out her dad was back in hospital and had COVID, and I'm sure if we were to bump into each other, we'd have a right laugh and a good chat, but there's 100% no ill feeling from either side.
Any chance of, because you guys were amazing together, any chance of a little renaissance, do you think?
Well, no, Gemma's very happy in a relationship now. She's with one of her previous boyfriends, Rami, and she seems to be pretty settled, and I'm very pleased for her. And yeah, I want the best for her, for sure.
That's wonderful. And you guys were great together, and I'm glad to say that you're on great terms still. What about love? I mean, I don't want to be too nosy or impertinent, but look at you. You're a babe.
Yeah, I feel...
You've got your figure back.
I feel more confident, and I feel like I'm ready to potentially meet someone. Like there was... there is someone that I've met recently who's lovely, but she lives abroad, and yeah, we're in contact and stuff. But I'm literally August, like from now till the very end of August, I don't really have a day off, to be honest with you. So we're going to carry on talking, and hopefully we might see each other. We'll plan something maybe at the end of the summer, maybe September time, something like that. Well,
listen, that's lovely, and I do hope that blossoming romance it takes you a long way, because I think you deserve it. Honestly, you've been through so much, and what you've done is you've absolutely turned your life around. I guess by making a decision and by being really disciplined.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just a case of learning as well, learning the hard way, and then learning, having a few tough lessons along the way, and maybe age as well, maturity, and just making better decisions. And I just wake up every day feeling happy now, happy, healthy, and I just I'm really living life, loving life, doing lots of travelling, loving my band. That's my pride and joy, and yeah, just genuinely really happy.
I think it's very exciting. You must come into the studio with the band and do a set for us.
Love that.
I would
Absolutely.
Love that. And rapid fire, Simon Cowell is bringing the X Factor back to Channel 5. We read in the papers today.
Okay.
A multi-million-pound deal with Channel 5. Do you think Britain still loves singing shows?
Well, I do. I still love singing shows. I think it definitely needed a break. The X Factor, I think that's certain. It needed kind of a break, but I mean, if you can find some of the talent that's come from the back of those kind of shows are just absolutely incredible. I've got one of my best friends, Che Chesterman, who I think is one of the best singers in the world. He come from the X Factor, and it gave him opportunities and stuff. So if I'm indoors, I'm not working, I'll definitely be tuning in.
So you think public appetite for those sorts of shows is pretty much as good as ever?
Well, I don't know about as good as ever. I think there was a time where Pop Idol and then followed by the X Factor was literally the biggest thing ever since sliced bread, and then obviously The Voice come along. I don't know if it's going to be as popular as ever, but I still think there's a lot of people that would get enjoyment. And
a smart move, as you say, to rest the format, and we can start to miss it, and then they bring it back, and I feel like it will do quite well for Channel 5, perhaps.
It needed a rest, for sure.
Yeah, a bit of overkill. Amazing. And then last but not least, would you do reality TV again? So would you go into the celebrity Big Brother house? Would you go into the jungle? Would you do a revamp of Towie? Anything like that?
No, I've pretty much done everything there was to do on Towie. I covered every single angle, from family, friends, relationships, makeups, breakups. I think people got to get to know me inside and out. So I'm still in contact with a few of the guys that are on Towie, but I feel like I've done well to be, I'm no longer just like Arg from Towie. I've done well to be like just James Argent in my own right. Do you know what I mean? So, no, my Towie days are definitely done, but I'm still a fan of the show, and I often kind of check in, see how everyone's getting on. Big Brother, absolutely not. That isn't the show for me. It just wouldn't be for me. I think like shows, like positive shows, like I don't know, maybe a Strictly or a Dancing on Ice, them sort of shows where I can perform, entertain.
Maybe we could do Come Dine With Me together.
You never know.
And we'll both do healthy.
I think Celebrity SAS, that could be, that would be a type of show where I could really, truly show a big comeback. And you know what I mean?
There you go. Watch
You never
this
know.
space.
You never know.
Definitely. Well, look, I tell you something, you've made an amazing recovery. You look incredible. Congratulations on everything.
Thank you.
And massive good luck with the band and your music career.
Thank you
And
very
yeah,
much.
definitely come back and see us and give us a tune or two. We could all do with that. The remarkable James Argent.